It is great. The difference is stark. Four Chord 1 was one of those things. It was like so DIY, and like you could tell it was run with love.
Hello, welcome to the Wasting Time podcast. We've been away for a little bit, but we are back for a full episode. And this is our Four Chord Music Festival special. So I'm here with Nick as usual, but I am thrilled to say that we are joined by two major players from Four Chord Festival. Do you guys want to introduce yourselves real quick? You'll be familiar to our listeners, both of you, of course.
Sure. We'll go from worst to best. What's up, y'all? Adam Valen. I'm the marketing director for Four Chord Music Festival.
My name is Rishi Bahl, and I am the villain behind Four Chord Music Festival.
We really appreciate you guys being here, and it's great to see both your faces because obviously we were there for the festival. We went through it with you, and then we were both Nick and I straight back to the UK on the Monday. So it's great to kind of catch up and see how you're feeling. I guess as we record this, we're almost a month. It was almost a month ago. Rishi, starting with you, like just if you could sum up how you're feeling a month on from the festival.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, I focus on a lot of the negatives to try to fix for the future, but 1,000-foot view, dream come true. It was to get Blink and to see Blink and to just the aesthetics and the setup and the vibe and the weather. Praise Jesus, if there's a Jesus. It really went well. It's something that I will forever ever hold as one of the greatest things I've ever been part of for many reasons. But generally, outside of some of the bullshit, which there's bullshit no matter how big, small, or when or how or who you have at the festival. I could not be happier with how awesome everything turned out.
I'm 1,000% share the same sentiment. And I was telling somebody the other day that I think I've cried like 4 times in my life. When I got married, when my grandparents died, and then when Blink
Rishi hit
the
you.
Stage. Yeah. When the intro montage for Blink started and the curtain dropped, I think I just I looked at my wife there and kind of just broke out because it was just one of those full circle realizations of the bloods, the literal blood, sweat, and tears that go into this year over year to get it to that point. And coming from this as somebody who I haven't been there since the beginning, but I've been a fan of it since the beginning. So it's just to be a part of that and to see that. And also to just to call it just seeing all of the people power behind the scenes. And also when I'm going to shows, I'm always just trying to look expressively at how other people are feeling. And that's the real takeaway for me when I'm going out and looking at everybody just smiling, beer in hand, food in hand, hand in hand with their partner, whoever that may be. It's just such a cool experience to see that all happen, and to be a part of that is just such a rewarding experience.
Adam, where did you watch the Blink set from? Because I know where Rishi watched it from, which more on that in a second. But whereabouts were you? Because you weren't with us when we were
No, I positioned myself right at front of house and just watched it dead center. It was just such a cool experience to just see that and be. It was kind of a weird. It was a weird thing because the curtain dropped, and for a second I was like, that's not really them on stage, and then they started playing. I'm like, okay, it's them. It's real. Yeah. It took a second for it to feel real.
We were stood in that kind of VIP bit near the front, so we would stood next to Set Your Goals and Knuckle Puck. I guess all the other bands from the afternoon were all stood next to us watching them, which was kind of a cool experience for us. I alluded to where Rishi watched them from. So Rishi, I guess you and Kate had special passes, right? So you were able to watch it side stage.
Yeah. They basically clear the stage before Blink goes on, and there was a list that they had given in advance that were these are the people that are approved, and they give you the Blink pass, which was awesome. And it was a short list of people, but I watched most of it there next to the drummer of Jimmy Eat World that they also let on stage. And then but really you couldn't see much, and their Guitar World was in the way. So I ended up going with like my wife and like my best friend Max and like Tyler, who works at the festival, and a bunch of people on the B stage. So we were on the B stage, elevated, watching a lot of this stuff, which was a great view and really really cool. And it was. I share that feeling with Adam, where it was kind of like, when they walk out and they pop out, it's like they're a cartoon character in real life. Like they're not even. I might as well be looking at Bugs Bunny. I mean, it was just. It was gnarly, and it was. I don't know. My life turned out the way that it turned out because of that band, and they,
of course,
for many reasons, and it was awesome. It was unbelievable to see. It was unbelievable to see.
Yeah, that's really cool. And like, going back to the first time you and I met on this podcast, and you were talking about the influence they've had on your life. So it's amazing that finally happened. And you got to, do you get to meet them briefly?
I did, yeah. I'll leave that interaction in my memory for forever, and just my memory and those that were around me. But yeah, for a second we had a quick interaction, and it was very special and was cool, very cool.
Nice. Yeah. I guess before we talk about other festival highlights from the weekend, just on the kind of whole reflection kind of subject, we've experienced the Four Chord post-festival blues for a second year in a row now. It's a fucking real thing, right? Like, do you guys do anything, obviously, so you've done this so many times now, like to reflect after the festival? Like what's your kind of immediate thing? Is it just go and do something different and like go on holiday or whatever? What's your like?
I mean, first off, it's decompress for at least 24, 48 hours. And then in my case, immediately followed by getting hit with COVID.
Shit. Yeah.
So a 48-hour decompression turned into a 7-day like a 10-day decompression. But no, really it's, for me, it's, looking back, trying to talk internally through things, through some of like where the pitfalls were, where the successes were, and just really look at how we can, revamp. Because I think as on the festival end, I mean, you're already thinking about, what's coming next year and how you can make things better. And, for me, it's like I ride that high as soon as it's over, that I'm already thinking about like, how can we make this better for next year? Like, what are things that we can be thinking of? And trying to talk to people that are trying to talk to people through social media, and trying to talk to people that like in person at the festival, and like really just kind of internalizing all that feedback and just processing it for next year. So there's like a quick, like for me, it was like a quick 24-hour like mental decompression, and then immediately, into thinking about, how can we, improve it for next year.
Yeah, I'm pretty similar. I mean, I don't really ever turn off. So for me, it's like when the headlining band's on, or like normally the second day, I'll like kind of try to chill for a little bit. And then, then I'm like, how do we get this out of here? How do we get this gear out of here? How do we make sure that everything is out? And then that week of, it's really like more of an operations thing of getting everything out. And then, but I taught at 8 a.m. on Monday too. So,
really?
Yeah. So, I was there till like 3 or 4, and then came and then did that. And then came back on site, and then was there all day. And then, the stage starts going out, or audio goes out, then the stage goes out, and then the flooring goes out, and then all of your rental items get picked up. So there's a process to that. For me, honestly, like I started thinking about next year, as it was happening. I was thinking about next year before the festival even happened, in terms of like bands and stuff, because the question, I just did a podcast yesterday too, and everybody wants to talk about how do you top, what you did this year, which is certainly something I think about at times. And, Adam and I have talked about, bands, and Tyler and I have talked about bands, and Brian and I from Drusky Entertainment talked about bands. And so I'm thinking about that. And there's also, kind of like what Adam said, like how do we fix what went wrong? And certainly there's every festival, something goes wrong, whether it was bathrooms this year or traffic this year for the consumer, or Wi-Fi issues that we had early on. So like I'm trying to think about things that we can do to get better at that. And but it doesn't stop. I mean, it's a full-time job. You eat it, you sleep it, you think it. Even when I'm teaching or doing other things, it's thinking about it. And the closeout never ends, right? We're not about a month. still closing stuff out, still closing out, disputes and claims and
Sure.
bills and this and that. So it goes on and tends to go on for a little bit.
Let's segue into one of the interviews that we did there. Let me line that up firstly by Nick. Just how was it for you in terms of interviews? Like this year, did we get everything that you wanted? Are you feeling like that was a good run that we did this year?
Yeah, I think so. We had a good mix of bands, good mix of over the 2 days, old and new. It was perfect, really. And we had a lovely location this year, right by the artist compound. So had some great opportunities. So
they couldn't get past you without talking to you.
Exactly. Everyone we wanted to, at least we hassled to speak to.
I thought you guys crushed it. I thought that the interviews were awesome. I mean, the homegrown one was great. The Joe when is Joe from Patent Pending one ever not great? Exactly. The Koyo one just got released. I mean, I thought it was great.
Let's jump into one now. This is, speaking of Joe, this is Joe from Patent Pending. What's up? I am here once again with Joe from Patent Pending.
Hey guys, it's me, Joe from Patent Pending from before. How's it going?
It's going good. How are you doing?
Oh, so good. I just got out of a dunk tank. Biggie's Boys is like a local pitbull thing, and they were like, hey, will you just come get slammed in the water over and over and over again? Apparently, because this is at a baseball stadium, I guess the whole entire fucking team is here. I just got dunked bad. Like dunked.
And prior to that, we saw your set about 2:00. That was a lot of fun, just like last year.
I had a great time.
How was that for you?
Dude, it was awesome, man. This festival's huge this year.
I know.
I've never seen it. That was crazy.
And of course, you go way back with Rishi, close relationship. So you've kind of been involved since the early days. It's been kind of, I guess, emotional to watch it kind of grow.
It's emotional.
This, right?
It's so crazy because we play this festival every year. And I think the people in Pittsburgh think I only talk about Rishi when I'm on stage. And it's only when I'm here because I'm so proud of him. And it's just so awesome, man. He had this goal for so long. And today he did it. I don't know what the next thing is. Do you get Cyndi Lauper or something? Is that the next logical step?
The next step after Blink?
Like Taylor Swift, maybe? I don't know. But he's been talking about this for 13 years.
Yeah.
He did it. It's amazing.
Yeah, it's incredible. Are you excited to watch Blink a bit?
I'm freaking pumped.
The favorite Blink song?
My favorite Blink song is Josie.
Good choice, and that's back in the set list as well.
Is it?
Hear it. Yeah, that's what
Big day, fellas.
There you go.
The boys, they're back in town and they're rocking.
Have you crossed paths with them with like
Blink?
Mark? Yeah.
We've never played before together, right? We never played with Blink. We played Angels on the Airwaves.
Oh, did you?
We never played with Blink. No, I'm very, very excited, man.
Nice.
It's weird because our first band practice, that guy Anthony, come on. He came to my house. We watched the Blink-182 DVD 3 times.
Yeah.
And we didn't practice any songs. And the first show we ever played, we covered 4 Blink-182 songs. Nice. Which one do you think we messed up the most?
Song number 2 by Blur.
Nailed it. British audience too, strong. Nailed it.
Nick, is he in the shop? Can you guys move that? Come in, come closer.
Come on in, pal.
I'm here.
You made it.
Nice. Last time we talked a little bit about your kind of life outside of Patent Pending, because obviously doesn't take up as much time as it did a few years ago. Like, you're killing it in the songwriting world, right? Like stuff with Jelly Roll, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, me and my brother Robert, who are in this band, we're in Nashville writing songs.
Yeah,
so
talk to me about that.
Like anybody, like people's jobs, like they wake up and they go to the bank, they blah, blah, blah. We don't really have a job. We just wake up and write songs.
Nice.
Fun. And you write. I'd say for every 150 songs you write, you'll get one.
Yeah, no, I know how it is.
And we have these artists. We write with the artists. We write for the artists. We write for movies, stuff like that. And it's wild life, man.
Yeah, my friend Nick Bailey's doing that nationally.
Yeah, dude,
do you know
Nick's
Nick?
amazing.
Yeah,
we write songs together. Dude, we wrote a song for Reba McEntire. She didn't like it.
Hello, Nick. Give Nick a wave.
Hi, Nick. It's me, Joe, from before. We wrote a song for Reba McEntire. She didn't like it.
Oh, really?
But hey, we tried as hard as we could.
Yeah.
I had a great time. Oh, Nick's awesome, man. He's so good.
Yeah, he's the best guy. He was in London recently.
He's a great guy. He's also a great producer, man. He's a great writer. He's awesome. Yeah. Great guy.
He's been killing it with like 408 and
all of his bands have always been great too.
Yeah.
He's been good for a long time.
Yeah, for sure. Going back to your set today, so last year you kind of like debuted a new song, I guess. So in the time between that set and today, it's out in the world. Was Delirium? How's the reaction been to that?
you know the crowd reaction.
Come on, man.
It's
It's this kid's first day.
We're worldwide famous.
We're very famous now. We're incredibly wealthy
We bought
from that song. It's going great, man. Like, what's weird about that song is we recorded it in 2018 or something. It just sat on a hard drive.
It's been recorded for a very long time.
How'd you lose your voice? Are you singing?
I was singing a lot. You don't hear me on the
But yeah, man, that'd be incredible. We put it out because I found it on my hard drive. So we put it out. I was like, oh, people should have this. That's cool. But the plan was to write a bunch of songs and have them out by this festival this year.
Okay.
We didn't do that.
Right.
Okay. That's it. No, we got pushed back with this jelly roll thing that we were working on with him, and then I stepped on a wrench. And I lost all of July. I couldn't walk for July. I sat on the couch watching movies.
Someone put a wrench in your plans.
That's what Dana said. Say it again.
You gotta say someone put a wrench in your plans.
Nice. Catchphrase. Anyway, yeah, I sat on the couch for an entire month, and I just watched like Goodfellas and all the Mission Impossible movies. That's it. That's it. And then so they got pushed back again, and then we were going to record songs, and then I'm working on the Water Parks album with Austin.
Oh yeah.
And that's consumed my entire life.
Okay.
He's like my fourth child. It's he's the most needy one of all of them.
Yeah.
I mean, he's the best songwriter of them though so far. Not for long, I'd say.
I'll see how the ones grow. We'll see.
Bianca's unbelievable. They're all good. But right now, I guess he's the best one. Okay. But yeah, man, we're working on that record hard. So as soon as that's done, me and Nick talked about it last night. That's producer Nick. Hi, Nick. He's working on the Water Parks record too. As soon as that is done, we talked last night. We have 4 patent pending songs. We'll put them out.
Nice.
That record also might, the Water Parks album might take the rest of my fucking life.
You gonna come back to the UK once all that's done?
Well, that's the idea, man, is to put out songs and then like reintroduce people.
You used to come see us a lot.
All the time.
Yeah.
How many times do we go a year?
At least twice.
Yeah. How did that make you feel?
Slam dunk every year, all of that.
What was your favorite food in England when you were there?
Wagamama's.
Who's your favorite member of Patent Pending and why?
The drummer. He's so handsome.
Wow. You heard it here, folks. Asking the hard-hitting questions everyone else fucking scared to ask.
Awesome. I think
we did it, boys.
We did it.
I have one more thing to say to you. You asked me to bring a record from the other thing, the story, and then we could talk about the record.
Yeah.
I just want to say it's the Weezer Blue album. I stole it from my sister. She got very mad at me, and I fell in love with it. It's one of the reasons I wanted to make music out of those CDs. I didn't even want to make music. I just wanted to be around it. And it's my Desert Island album. I haven't revisited that question in a long time, but it was my Desert Island album.
That's what it would be. Okay.
Favorites to me.
Patent Pending's favorite. Anthony's favorite band is Patent Pending. I'm telling you right now. If you had to go to Desert Island like one song forever, he's like Patent Pending song. Anyway, I don't want to take any time. I love you very much.
Yeah.
We did it, guys.
Thank you.
Fucking did it. That's all. Joe Regassa reporting live from the Wasting Time podcast. Thanks for being our guest today. Over and out.
Hope you have to be on again soon.
Wasting Time podcast. Nothing's a waste of time. I don't know.
So that was Joe from Patent Pending. Obviously, as you just said, Rishi, when's he not great? And long-time friend of yours. We love him. We love that band. Did everyone catch their set? Were you able to see any of their set? I know it's difficult on the, with how busy the weekend is with some of this stuff.
Yeah, I caught a song. At that point, the Wi-Fi was out in the stadium. And so I was like running to Best Buy to buy routing things and, all sorts of stuff. But yeah, I mean, they're undeniable. Joe's the showman of the century, as far as I'm concerned. He could be a vaudeville actor, or he could be a Broadway musical performer. He succeeds in entertaining no matter what he does.
Yeah. And that was one of those interviews that I love because, obviously the confirmations come through quite late in the day. So me and Nick, when we're in the hotel room quite late in the day, we're still getting notes together for, these interviews and stuff. But Joe from Patent Pending is one that I didn't have to have any notes for. And I was just like, one, you're not going to have any awkward silences with that guy. And two, I'm very familiar with him and his career and stuff. And it was just like talking to an old friend. So that was a very enjoyable one.
He's easy to talk to. He takes control.
Yeah.
And it was really, I mean, I know we were talking about this too, even after the fest, Chris and Nick, but even just I think I might be like a generation behind potentially. So the patent pendings of the world are still relatively new to me, but to also do the deep dive on his writing catalog and stuff like that too. It was just such a cool like the more than meets the eye kind of thing was a really like cool thing to look into, like even before and after the fact.
Who was everyone's fate apart from Blink and apart from your own set, Rishi? Like what were your favorite sets of the weekend? I think Adam, I already know. I mean, I'll obviously let you answer this. I think I know what yours is, but Rishi, I don't think I've had a chance to ask yourself.
Yeah, so I never understood Hot Mulligan at all. I didn't get it. It wasn't my thing. Like I was very skeptical. I was shockingly blown away by their set. I thought it was dynamic. It was energetic. The crowd was probably the craziest the entire day was during Hot Mulligan. The lights corresponded with the vibe of it too. Whoever their LD was, I thought that they really did a great job. My favorite band of day one was Jimmy Eat World. My favorite band of day two, number one was Face to Face, and second was Punchline.
Yeah,
nice.
Yeah, it was a nice moment. Just I guess going on your point of like the bands that you've never really connected with. The Wonder Years for me are a band that I love a couple of Wonder Years songs, right? And I've never really got into their kind of back catalogue or any of their kind of records back to back, but that set on it was the Sunday, wasn't it?
Yep.
Like it felt really special, like just to be in the crowd for their set, and it felt like a turning point in the day, like where the crowd just kind of all came in and like got behind them, and totally kind of.
I agree.
Took me by surprise.
They played the first ever Four Chord, which was super special too. That they came back for that, and I agree. I thought it was impactful. It was emotional. It was, off the cuff. It was, political even, which felt good. I'm just going to say it. It felt kind of good to hear that come out of the festival and a band that really stood for something and made sure that they made it known. I thought it was great too. Yeah.
I think, and I think Dan's just such a good guy. In fact, let's roll our chat with him now. Okay, we're here with Dan from the Wonder Years. Thanks for being here, Dan.
Thank you for having me. I don't get my own mic.
We're thinking on our feet.
It's
overheating. We're doing our best.
Only the bigger bands get their own mic. I'm joking.
So, I mean, we're at Four Chord 11. You guys headlined Four Chord 1. Like, how mad is it to come back and see what it is today?
It is great. The difference is stark. Four Chord 1 was one of those things. It was like so DIY, and like you could tell it was run with love and chaos, right? Just like it was in like a nightclub. The stage was small and weirdly shaped, and like the sound was chaotic, and like I remember there being no lights for the merch. Like no one could they were like, we brought these strings of Christmas lights. This doesn't emit any light. You can't see anything. And I also did Four Chord 2 with Aaron West in the Roaring 20s.
Yeah.
So I did the first 2 years, and to see it go from that weird like nightclub to a fucking baseball field is crazy. Yeah. Truly crazy. Here's your microphone.
Thank you.
Yeah, and like with Blink headlining, it's insane. Obviously, the band's been going so many years at this point. I don't know how many of you guys have kids, but at least a couple of you do or whatever. I mean, what's it like kind of balancing family life and a band at this level, at this stage, and what do you think?
What's your secret, I guess, to success as a touring band?
So, I think that, it's hard, right? Like, I got a FaceTime this morning just from my little one who's about to be 4, and was like, obviously had been crying, and he just said, I want you to come home. And I'm like, I've only been gone for a day. I'm sorry, bud. It's tough. As far as like mental health wise, I try to think about like what they get that they wouldn't have otherwise, right? Like they love pro wrestling, right? Well, they're friends with Becky Lynch and Seth Rollins, and like we wrote Becky's new theme song, and they got to go and sit on the floor at ringside at SummerSlam and hear it and go backstage and meet everybody. We're standing there, and directly to our left is a huddle like this, except instead of us fucking idiots, it was John Cena, Jelly Roll, and the Savannah Bananas. It's like a Mad Lib, right? And like, they just get to do a lot of cool things, and it's and like when I'm not on tour, that means I'm home all day. So that helps. And then like as far as like tips and tricks, like we started booking double off days sometimes. So like when you would already have a drive day, we'll just do 2. And I'll fly out of the first city, day 2 days at home, fly back in. Just helps, you know, because when you're doing it with one off day, like I'll get like 16 hours at home, and like 6 of them I'll be asleep. So it's better to try to get 2.
Yeah, cool. And you got a bit of a busy run coming up, a Day to Remember and Yellow Card Tour.
Yeah, I'm gonna keep doing this. This is fun.
Yeah,
for me.
I like this.
Take
I
it
like
back
this
and forth.
little.
Who asked the question? That's my mic
yeah.
now. Yeah, and we had a beta test of that last night. So that tour's in 2 legs, and the first leg, Champs is the direct support, state champs, our homies.
Yep.
And but they played this yesterday.
Yeah,
And
friends
so
of
they
ours. as
needed
well.
a tag in, so we tagged in yesterday and did a show with Didymer and Yellow Card, and we're doing the whole tour, and it's just gonna be like, here's I think people don't believe when I say it out loud. The last time we did a support tour in the United States of America was 2013.
Oh shit!
It
Okay.
has been 12 years.
Okay.
The last 2 bands to ask us to support them in America were Yellow Card in 2012 and A Day to Remember in 2013. So we had to wait for them to come back around and ask us again, I guess.
I see.
But yeah, it's exciting to get to play for somebody else's fans and just try to see if they fuck with us.
And presumably they do. I guess like a lot of fans of both those artists are going to be into the Wonder
I was
Years.
going to
I'd
say, like, I mean, no matter where you are on a bill, like the room will be filled for you guys. Like,
It
right? You
went
do really like.
really well last night, to be honest with you. I didn't know what to expect, and you know, there are, when you're talking about like, because we're used to doing like 1, 2, 3,000 cap clubs. Like sometimes in Philly we'll do like 4,000 or 5,000,
Yeah.
but like that's, you know, these shows are like minimum like 6,000 high end, probably in like the tens of thousands, right? And it's so just like, you know, not all of them are there for you. But just to see that there are our fans, that they are there and like singing along and supporting anyway, and that there is crossover. Like when we walked out and they started singing along right away, and I went, oh, okay, all right, it's gonna be okay. It's gonna be all right.
Yeah.
So that's a nice feeling.
Yeah.
Cool. I just wanted to ask you about kind of the Burst and Decay record in the live shows. Obviously, we've seen some live stuff online, which has looked amazing. Like, did that start as a live concept, or was it like record? Like, did you want to? Was the idea to do an album, or like what was?
Yeah.
Where did that all come from? I guess.
So it came, and it's why the series is called Burst and Decay. It came from the song You in January, and we just had this kind of like rash of people asking us for a softer version because people wanted to use it for their weddings. And so we were like, yeah, we should do that. We'll go record a version that is like more appropriate for a wedding. And then we're like, well, we might as well do an EP. And so we did a whole EP, and it went really well. And we had a lot of fun doing it. Like, it's fun to go back into, like, pop the hood on old songs.
Yeah.
And, like, tinker with them, mess with them, and try to do it a cool, different way. And to also, especially one of the fun things is to take songs that we feel are, like, underappreciated in the catalog and give them a new lease on life. And so, yeah, that was, this was Burst and Decay 3 or 4 if you count the live one. And it was the most rewarding tour of it because we did it with the string section and just like had a whole big stage setup. It's kind of like a living room vibe, and went really well. We recorded it. We're gonna put it out on VHS tape, I think, is the plan. It's gonna be really funny
Nice
and fun.
touch.
Sorry, just on like the string section for the live shows. Did that, when you kind of got that together from a rehearsals perspective, did it kind of work straight away, or did it all kind of come together really like naturally?
Yeah, so Christine Kruta runs the string section. She runs Little Kruta like string orchestra, which is an all-female New York-based orchestra, and with like rotating members. And she will like pick and choose who's available and who's good for certain gigs. And she's kind of like if you watch like various late night shows, SNL, whatever, that are filmed in New York, you will see her. Like when people go to New York and go like, I need a cellist to play with Hosier or whatever, like she's the one that gets the call most often, or very often. And so she was kind of the MD for that, and she got Lucy and Sarah on board and did all of the like the composition for the string arrangements. And they were just, they are stone cold killers, right? They're all like, they all have like Masters of Fine Art degree, they're just conservatory,
Can turn the hands to
yeah.
anything, really.
And so they just, showed up and we're like, all right, let's run it. And just one time through the set, we're like, oh, you nailed that. All right, see ya. So yeah, they were really good from the jump.
That's nice. So as I mentioned when you first turned up, we met very briefly at a Hopeless Records thing in London. I think not this year, year before. And one thing that you said to me, that I thought was really cool. We were talking about how Jack Antonoff apparently is a Wonder Years fan.
Yes.
Yeah. I just like, do you think there's ever a world in which he could end up working on one of your records, or do you think he's too kind of unattainable at this point?
So I bet he's pretty busy, right? It's like a couple years of producer of the year in a row, right? Like, I bet the GNX wins it this year, or we thought him on last year. Man, I can't do the math on this, but I don't know. So I'm a big Bleachers fan, right? And so likewise. I was so excited to be doing Riot Fest with them, and Jack and our manager. So we co-managed the band with Joe, who used to be in Early November and Hello Goodbye. And so they toured with Steel Train a ton, and they saw each other, and they were like, what are you doing here? He's like, I manage the Wonder Years. He's like, I fucking love the Wonder Years. And I thought he was just saying a nice thing. But then he invited us to play Shadow of the City, and then I look over side stage, and he's fucking singing along. And I was like, yo, that rips. And so we were, after the show, I went over to thank them, and he's a really nice dude. Like, really, really kind. Nice. It is no surprise that people love working with him so much, because he's just got a great kind of vibe to him. And I was like, you ever want to make a punk record, you know who to call. And he was like, take my fucking number. So I doubt it happens. But it's, physically possible, I guess. Okay. It's not, in this universe, it could conceivably happen. Okay. I doubt it, but that's a hell of a songwriter.
I guess on that theme, any new music on the horizon? Like, what does the future look like for Wonder Years?
Nebulous, right? Like, I think we have that new song that just came out, New Lows, which is we wrote for Becky Lynch for her new theme music. And otherwise, like, I am trying to write songs. It seems to be cyclical for me that, like, every couple records I have a real big writer's block issue. And, to me, like, the best Wonder Years records are Hum and then Greatest Generation.
Okay.
And coming off of Greatest Generation, I felt really stuck to try to write No Closer to Heaven. Like, it did not come easy. And eventually what came out of it is, I think, our third best record behind those two that I just mentioned. And but I think it's like there's a mental challenge with following up something that you feel very sure is your best work. And I feel very sure that Hum is our best work. And so yeah, I mean, I think that there's like a mental block for me right now. I want to be writing songs. I'm trying to write songs. I have a few little tidbits. The other guys do too. But I think it feels very cyclical, and it feels very much like what it felt like to write No Closer to Heaven. And so I'm sure we'll do it. I just don't know when.
That's cool. So you don't want to just go through the motions?
No, I mean, we've kind of long-standingly said that if we don't feel like we're putting out work that is at or above the quality of what we've done before it, then it's a waste of time to release it, right? Like, resources are finite. Imagine how much waste it puts in the world to press that much vinyl for a thing you don't believe is high-quality art. Like, imagine what that recording budget, another band that's passionate about their songs could have used that budget, could have used that promotion, could have used that publicist at that time. We don't want to take up space that we haven't earned. That could go to younger bands, right?
That's a great attitude.
And so we got to make something that we believe is deserving of those resources. And so that's the plan right now.
And just to finish this up, on the subject of younger bands.
I'm going to hold this one.
On the subject of younger bands, like, who's in your ears now? Who's impressed you? Who should people check out?
Right now, okay. That's a great question. Initiate. I love Initiate from LA. Kind of like a Touche Amore.
Okay,
Envy.
You'd be into that?
Kind of scramsy, post-hardcore, post-rock, fucking rip. Maxiel. I love Maxiel. Their newest record sounds like Fountains of Wayne. It's awesome. I think, what else, man? I'm always on this. I was listening to music the whole way here, and I'm like, what was it? Runner.
Okay.
Great Grandpa. Did I say Equipment?
No,
Weekend Friends. Man, there's a lot of great bands. A lot of great bands.
What about the new Future Teen stuff? Are you involved with them again?
I
or?
am. So I feel like I shouldn't say it every interview because I sort of feel
Oh,
like
do
I'm.
you? Okay.
I sort of feel like I'm giving
Okay.
them, but I
Yeah.
produced the vocals for that whole record.
Oh, did you? Yeah, I think
they haven't announced the record yet, but there is a record.
Is there only one song out from that so far?
They have been slowly releasing it, so it's
Okay.
kind of they're almost following the Hold Steady model where they're releasing
got
like
it. Yeah,
two
yeah.
songs,
Yeah.
but it does comprise a record.
Got it. Okay.
And I'm not going to tip their hand on too much of it, but
Yeah.
there's going to be a new Future Teens record, and they're just such good songwriters, so it's just great. It's great
Yeah.
again.
Awesome.
Well, thanks
Yeah.
for chatting, us, dude.
Thank you. Oh,
Enjoy
here.
the rest of your day. Thank you.
Yeah, so that was Dan from the Wonder Years, and yeah, I agree. Incredible set. Like Nick, I'm glad that you've come round to them a little bit because I feel like I was more of a fan than you were prior to that weekend. But yeah, I just think they're a special band. Adam, do you want to share what your favorite set of the weekend was?
Yeah, I mean, there's a handful of. I mean, I'm gonna go back to the Wonder Years thing too, just because the whole tie to the first festival, them playing headline the first festival, was just such a special thing, and like same for the same reasons that y'all mentioned about just being as outspoken as they are and just standing for something. I thought was in that just the energy in the crowd felt great. And I'm also on the same boat as Rishi with Hot Mulligan. It took me a very long time to get it, and I think seeing them live, listening to the new record, it really drove that home. But then seeing them live and just seeing that energy was like just something that I haven't seen in a really long time, especially with like the next generation of this kind of music. So that was a really refreshing thing. But the one that like kind of blew me away was AFI.
You're not the only person that said that. You're not the only person.
Mm-hmm.
Like all the stuff aside with like Baby's new look and like the new direction with music, like I just thought they absolutely crushed it. Like the live performance was just so energetic and dynamic, and Davey knows how to control a stage and knows how to control a crowd, and that was just such a like captivating performance. And also like that was probably the set that I got to watch the most of because that was the end of the weekend, and finally was able to like unwind from everything that like all the chaos backstage and in the crowd and whatever. But yeah, AFI was just really blew me away. I had no expectations from it. I was not the biggest fan going into it, but like that just gave me like a new profound respect for it.
I think we both said the same, Chris. Like neither of us are fans, but like he is just, you can't take your eyes off him. Like he's like
never wanted to kiss a dude more in my life. When Davey Havoc was performing, it was captivating.
I do a good Davey Havoc impression, Rishi. So next time I'm over, I mean, we can find a quiet spot if you want, and I'll bring the outfit again.
It was. I think I told you guys in the group, but like on the Monday when me and Greg were going through security at Pittsburgh Airport, Greg was just like, and Greg
he's a big fan, isn't he?
Is a big AFI fan. He's like, shit, it's Davey Havoc. And Davey Havoc was
he was there.
He was there. He was going down. Obviously, you can have the line where you pay for preferential fast track.
Oh, right,
so
right.
He was in that one.
Yeah.
So he was next to us, and like he looked over. He just looked at our line. We were just like, dude, amazing set yesterday. And he just kind of nodded and then carried on his way. And then on the other side, he was just very quickly getting ready. I was saying to Greg, is he just moving so fast, just hoping, don't let those two English guys catch up? Yeah. And Greg's like 100%.
That's so funny. I forgot. Yeah, you texted a picture of that.
Yes,
of Davey. Yeah. That's funny. I mean, he's such a like I've been watching a lot of the interviews he's been doing because their new record's coming out too, and it's like I never was an AFI person growing up, but it's like they really captured the punk crowd. Then they made it mainstream. Then they cultivated that Halloween fall crowd, and really have kind of invented themselves every record. So
yeah, absolutely. Going back to a band that Rishi, you and Adam just mentioned, Nick. How did you feel about Hot Mulligan after that set?
Well, I didn't catch any of their set. So yeah, I think were we not busy with an interview at that point? Or?
No. We were waiting for Jimmy Eat World, so they were playing behind us, but we could see and hear it. But
yeah, I couldn't comment. But Jimmy Eat World are really good though.
Yeah. What's interesting about Hot Mulligan and seeing them live too is that like even just with the vocal technique too, like I was raised always like a classical singer, and so like to be able to hear that like distinction, also it's like I don't want to say like pitch perfect, but it just sounded like very tight and just like very like on pitch, and like for somebody who's like singing and screaming kind of all like collaborative, like it's just
not easy to do.
I don't know, it's not easy, and I want to give props there. I just thought it sounded so good.
I wasn't sure whether I actually offended Hot Mulligan in the interview because I asked about his voice. Like I asked about.
Well, do you know what, Nick? Let's because what like them or dislike them as a band, I will say, great guys for coming and speaking to us, and we really appreciate that. So let's roll that now, and we can judge for ourselves if Nick did offend them when he asked that question, because it's in the interview.
Ooh.
Okay, so we are here with Chris and Jonah from Hot Mulligan. How's it going, guys?
Fellas, doing good. What's poppin'?
So it's your first Four Chord, right? What's your thoughts so far?
It's great. It's awesome. Love playing in the baseball field here, and love the backstage area. It's great. Good vibes, good weather, good bands.
Anyone that you're especially looking forward to checking out?
I'm looking forward to Blink tonight. Yeah. Blink, Jimmy Eat World, Knuckle Puck, State Champs. Watching Knuckle Puck right now.
Yeah, they're providing the background for this interview, which we thank them for. What's your favorite Blink song?
Not Now. Going Away to College.
Solid choices.
So you've got Four Chord today. I think you've got another festival coming up as well. But then you've got like a pretty mad end of year. You're going over to our neck of the woods, the UK, a big arena tour with Pierce the Veil. It's a headline tour with Arm's Length and Drug Church.
Yep, and Anxious.
Yeah, so I mean, arena tours. Like, have you done any of them yet? Like, how do you just one?
Yeah, we did one with Fall Out Boy last year.
How do you kind of adapt to those shows, like the scale? And
I don't know. I feel like we don't really do anything different. So whether that's good or bad, I don't know.
Yeah, we don't really change much about our set other than just playing like the songs that we know work the best for crowds that might not be familiar. But it's more just about adjusting and like being comfortable playing in that setting, which is quite strange at first, but you get used to it.
Nice. What's your current favorite song to play live?
Right now it's Island in the Sun. I'm gonna go with And a Big Load.
They both in the set today?
Yes.
Awesome.
Yep.
So, I mean, you've got the sound the body makes when it's still, the new record just come out. How are you feeling about it now? It's been in the world for a little while.
I'm stoked. It's nice to see which songs are like fan favorites, whether we were expecting them or not.
Any surprises on that front?
Some of them, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's great to just have it out and see people's reactions. Sitting on the album for a couple months, so it's nice to just have it out there, and now we can play the songs.
And you did this one with Brett Romners.
Yep.
You worked with him before, right?
Yep.
Yeah. Was he in I Am the Avalanche?
Yeah.
Okay. You guys fans of that and the movie life, I guess. Yeah. So that must be pretty cool to work with someone who's connected to that world.
Yeah, Brett's awesome. Love both of those bands, and he's a great producer.
Cool. And I mean, you grew up in the Michigan scene, right? It's come from quite DIY roots as well. Like, are you still connected to that world? Is that?
I live in California now, so it's like a little harder. Some of the venues that we had when we were like playing the smaller shows in Michigan aren't around anymore after the pandemic too. But some of the guys still go to like the Excellency Music Festival every year, and it'd be cool to go back to that sometime.
Yeah, you did some record store shows with the release as well, right? They must have been pretty fun to do.
Yeah, the record store shows were awesome, and they're just like all in pretty small like record stores, so like just had to move the records out of the way, and people still managed to crowd surf and mosh and do whatever they wanted to do, so that was cool. But yeah, just like a lot more intimate than usual, which was nice.
Obviously, it's all about Four Chord and this unique festival. But what about Pittsburgh itself? Are you guys? I mean, you must have come through here a few times now, being an active.
Love getting Primanti Bros.
Say
Primanti Bros. Love getting that over
Had
here.
to be mentioned, yeah.
Primanti and Icy Light.
What was the second one?
Iron City Beer.
Oh, nice, man.
I was just going to kind of ask you about like kind of your sound, and obviously Tate's kind of vocals are a big part of your sound. Is that like something that just came naturally kind of as part of your sound early doors, or is it something that you know, kind of almost worked into, you know, your sound as a band?
Like the vocals, or just natural? Yeah.
If there was one artist that either of you could like do a guest spot on their set and fill in for like one song, who would you each pick?
I'd probably be a Knuckle Puck, maybe Gone.
Well, I'll go with Blink.
Well, when we were interviewing Hot Mulligan, I felt like I was like their dad interviewing them. That's just a vibe. That's the vibe.
You're gonna hurt your voice if you keep doing it that way.
It wasn't quite that far, but yeah, we'll see. Sometimes when you interview someone, though, it can feel awkward. It doesn't feel right. But when you actually listen back, it comes out fine. So
what's your most awkward interview? Would it be the Hot Mulligan one that you felt? Maybe it didn't come. It wasn't
Great question.
ultimately that way.
From the weekend, it was easily Jawbreaker. It's easily Jawbreaker. But for multiple reasons. I mean, talking about dads interviewing, like they're in their 60s, like well in their 60s now, aren't they? So
no, he was about to turn 59. He was literally 59 the next day, or Chris was at least, yeah.
Okay, cool. But it was like a time of day where like the sun was coming down, and it was coming down right into the interview tent. It like we couldn't see anything. Like the volume had ramped up on the main stage as well, so we couldn't hear anything. We couldn't really see anything, and it just felt. It just.
Well, we need to make sure we put that tent in a more advantageous spot next time. So.
I mean, that's all good. Yeah, but yeah, I mean, just
deaf.
Yeah, the interview just didn't feel smooth at all. But again, Chris, you've listened back and you said,
I was gonna leave that one to the end, but I think let's go with that one now. And to answer your question, Rishi, I think Hot Mulligan was maybe felt like the most awkward one for like it was definitely these two, and like it's no shade on either band. It's just like sometimes it goes smoother. You feel more comfortable than other times. But listening to them both back, and obviously the listeners can judge for themselves, I thought they were okay. And the Jawbreaker one, here it is.
Yeah, I mean, I guess we wanted to kind of just go back to the early days to start with, just kind of summarize as best you can some of those kind of most memorable moments from like the late 80s, 90s for Jawbreaker. What are the moments that stand out for you guys?
I mean, I think it was just the firsts, like the first sticker we made and the first tape.
Oh yeah, we got literally jelly jar labels. The price we got them printed at was jelly jar labels, so we had to spray them with clear sealant so they wouldn't dissolve.
We had to kind of teach everything to ourselves because at that point in LA there wasn't very little punk rock happening in our area.
Yeah.
It was a lot more like metal and glam.
Yeah.
So it was kind of a DIY crash course, right?
It's also the height of the pay-to-play era. So, all our first shows, except for that very first one, essentially, here, you have a wad of tickets, you buy them from us, and then sell them to your friends and try to make your money back.
We've done that a couple of times.
Yeah, we came up obviously at a different time to you, and maybe less successful than you. Yeah, we remember doing that.
It was a hustle.
It's shitty. It's just like downward capitalism, like you exploit your friends. Right?
You still
you exploit your friends.
You still didn't get any money off any promoters as well. I remember, you played shows and shows, but
how's it feel now? So we're in 2025, and you guys are like top of the bill at a festival like this. A scene that clearly has you guys as a big influence. Do you are you like connected to like this scene as it stands now? Do you pay much attention to some of the younger bands and stuff, or is it more kind of artists you came up with?
You really don't at all.
Yeah, I turn 59 tomorrow. I'm looking forward to going home to my wife and cats.
Good answer.
I guess off the back of that, then, what does home life look like for you guys? Like outside of the shows you do with Jawbreaker, what is?
I mean, we rent. Two of us rent, so all our success has been in a mythological kind of arena. It hasn't penetrated finance.
I don't know. I think that first Riot Fest show was pretty. I mean,
when you first came back.
Yeah,
talk to us a bit about that.
I was a clerk at a food bank, and the next thing I know, I was like, okay, we're playing a fest, and I was like, oh, is that what 35,000 people look like? Ooh, that's a little scary. I guess that's cool. I didn't know this was happening.
That is very cool.
Because the end of our career in the 90s, we were outcast.
Yeah. And I guess how did that come about? You guys coming back together, and Riot Fest being obviously the show you came back to. Where did the conversation start? Like,
it kind of started a little earlier.
Okay.
We tried playing together a few times, and it just kind of where we each were at in our lives didn't always sync up. Everyone had to go through some kind of hellish ordeal, and then the skies kind of cleared a bit, and Riot Fest came through with a really good offer, and it's a great festival with good bands.
Yeah.
So it's like, okay, this is kind of our home, our cultural home. I think it was the best decision we made. It was great. It was really like a beautiful event. So yeah, it was just timing.
Right time, right place, kind of thing.
Vibe, you know.
And what decision do you make? Like, what is your outlook as a band to do more? Like, do you just wait for the right offer and decide to do shows, or what is your ambition for Jawbreaker now? Like, is it just see what comes along, and if it works for you, you do it?
We just do what we want, what we like. Pretty much, it's not high intensity. It's a little more spaced out.
Just want to kind of touch on DAU. Obviously, it was a bit of an emotive kind of period as a band for you, but I mean, Rishi was speaking to Rishi, who puts on the festival here, about kind of that record, and it's important to him, and he was talking about how it kind of became more of a success after you split up. Do you contribute anything to the success of that record kind of later? I mean, any idea why it blew up kind of later?
We were just ahead of our time.
It's true.
I think all records are, though. It's not us. Any record that's becomes more of a staple in people's listening diet probably was not beloved right off the bat. I find, even records, my favorite records are all records I don't like for the first year. And then you're hearing it where you're vacuuming one day and you're like, wait, this is great.
Yeah.
I've had that happen with so many records, like denser music.
What are some of your favorite records?
Well, Neutral Milk Hotel was one of those bands that it took me a really long time to love that first record, and this was before they were this thing, but they became a thing, and it was because they actually had a deep vision.
I guess what can people expect from your set today? Is it going to be a bit of a mix from all Jawbreaker eras?
Yeah, we're trying to put something from every record in the mix, but a little Dear You, lean on that one a bit, because it's more comfortable for us to play. It's more recent.
Closer to your vocal range now.
Closer to the older gentlemen's, less screaming, more singing. Yeah, the gruff crooner that I am. But there'll be stuff from the whole catalog.
What about, we should really ask about, obviously, talking Nirvana back in the day, big kind of question. I don't want to just say what was that like, but, do you ever have to kind of, such an iconic rock band?
It was a fluke. Huh? It was a fluke because their babysitter liked us.
Oh, no, right, okay.
And would play us around the house. And the wipers dropped off, and we got asked to play.
Sorry about the monster. Well, do you have fond memories of that time?
I think we were fish out of water, kind of. It was quite eye-opening to see what it wasn't a stadium tour. They were playing a little more intimate. I think they were trying to scale it down a bit. Okay. But it was all huge to us. We just went out and we were the band that people watch while they're waiting for Nirvana. Right. So we had that distinction.
Yeah.
It was cool though. They were very nice people, very accommodating.
Anything else from you, Chris?
No, I think that's good.
Cool. Well, we hope you enjoy the rest of your day and the set later. And yeah, it's nice talking to you.
So that was Jawbreaker. What I liked about it is I thought Blake was quite funny. And at the time there were bits where it was hard to hear because of the elements and stuff. But listening to that back, I think I'm pleased we did that, and I'm pleased it came out okay.
Yeah, they're the legends.
Yeah.
Their management did come and say afterwards, if you want to go and do something on Zoom afterwards, do something virtually, they'd be up for doing that. So
yeah, and also there was that really nice moment. So we went and watched a good portion of their set, which I actually enjoyed more than I thought I would, because I've never really given Jawbreaker the chance they deserve, to be fair. But we went back to the band backstage area, and we're just talking, and then Blake and Chris are just walking through, and we're just like, guys, great set, and they were just. And I think I like the way, I think it was Blake, Nicky, just tapped you on the shoulder. He's like, oh yeah, no, thank you, and thanks so much for talking. But it was just seemed really sincere, and it's quite sweet, I think.
Oh, nice.
Remember that moment.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Do you want to cover anything else on this year, Chris? Have you got anything else in the interview pot that we're going to drop in?
I know running a festival like that over the weekend it's amazing, but it's stressful. Is there any moments that jump out that were like the kind of low points of the festival for anyone?
Yeah, I mean, low point for me was definitely having to work with Adam the whole weekend. That was really
I was going to say the same thing.
The low point for me was when I don't want to mention one low point that happened on Friday night with generators, but that was one stressful point. But really, the Wi-Fi going out at 10:45 was a little bit shocking. And so I'm trying to kind of alleviate that so it doesn't happen in the future. Because again, your POS systems then are all down. So your alcohol, your food, your vendors, your merchandise, the band merchandise. I mean, it becomes a problem at that point. So that was something I didn't think I needed to prepare for. But so that was a really stressful time. I love Blink. I want them to leave the festival with a good taste in their mouth. So like the whole day I'm thinking, how can we make it better for them? How can, we make sure that they're comfortable and they're stoked and they're happy. And, word from their camp was that they generally were. So that was always in the back of my brain.
Of course. What about you, Adam? Anything jump out?
I mean, on the marketing side, it has to be the Wi-Fi, because like you're right, like that's your integral point to communication with customers, to so like socials. It's and obviously like I think that's kind of the beauty of us as an independent festival too, is I think to be in this space, everybody is very ready and able to jump on a problem quickly and find solutions to patch band-aids until you can really patch the whole dam. So the beautiful thing about that is like, while we have problems, we're able to at least provide temporary solutions or like find a way to manage in the interim. And it's stressful at times, but I mean, this I always say this, like with students that I talk to too, like this, it's an industry that's not for the faint of heart. So like you have to be ready to pivot quickly and be able to do so with a level head and not stress out about it. And I think seeing that happen on the back end of things, and like really looking at who really can thrive under pressure. I think that was like really, it's always kind of like a scary and beautiful thing to see on the back end. And again, like I just want to like a good shout to like the crew backstage who like Rishi, like you, like Tyler, like all of our stage crew, hospitality, catering, box office, stage manager, like everybody that really like thrives under pressure. Like they all are pros at it and can turn on a dime when a problem arises. So like, I think that's, just in this space, I think it's important to call out.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, nice. I mean, you do as a kind of outsider coming in, you definitely feel that sense of community kind of at the festival behind the scenes,
Massively.
you know, with the people
Massively.
working across all different areas of the festival. And I know for us this year coming back, it was very different to last year, you know, and we definitely felt, well, we just felt more like at home and felt part of that family, and
Yeah.
people
Yeah.
remembered us from the year before, and like we remembered them, and it's definitely
That's awesome.
something very special behind the scenes, you know.
What did you guys think of the venue difference between the Kerry and
Okay,
Wild Thing?
I am going to start a campaign for all UK festivals to be on AstroTurf. That is that is game changing. What a beautiful surface to host a festival on.
Yeah. Yeah, I think, you know, I had a lot of love for the venue last year, and there's a lot of cool things about it, and just the aesthetics of it were really cool. But yeah, this was so much more comfortable, and it was just so cool that it was in like a kind of baseball stadium. I thought it was great. I mean,
awesome.
I even got used to the fireflies.
No, if it's not one thing, it's another thing.
Yeah, you want to talk about issues? Man, the spotted lanternflies.
That's it, lanternflies. That's what they're called, not fireflies.
Yeah, those are.
Yeah.
Those were the bane of everybody's existence that weekend.
Yeah, that was of course it's not rain, it's not tornadoes, it's not this, it's not that, it's not heat. Oh, it's lanternfly invasion time in Western PA.
I mean, when you balance the scale of tornado versus lanternfly, I think I know which way I want to put my
At least it wasn't a tornado of lanternfly. That would have been very bad. That would have been bad. Oh, shut up, Chris.
Hey, anything's possible.
Yeah.
I mean, you guys have talked though about kind of Pittsburgh never really having that perfect site. You've always got to compromise a little bit. There's a bit of negotiation kind of involved from that perspective. But kind of looking ahead, like when you're planning festivals, what are your like non-negotiables for Four Chord?
Great question. I'll try anything once. No. What are the non-negotiables, Adam? I mean, really, it's you know, I mean, I wish it was in Pittsburgh proper.
Yeah.
Obviously, you know, being closer to Pittsburgh would be great, but I do love the stadium.
Yeah.
You know, and I do love their pro-independence mentality, which speaks well to us. My non-negotiables are probably very little, to be honest. Really, we could do it in an open field. We could do it in an open parking lot. We can build infrastructure, bring infrastructure. It's great that there is already existing infrastructure. So certainly running water, you know, is something that it makes things easier, as it did this year compared to last year. But honestly, it's a capacity thing for me, right? So if you're getting an act like Blink, you need a certain capacity. And that's really the only thing I look for is safety, location as much as it can be. This is right off an interstate, which was convenient, and then capacity.
Yeah, and I'm going to add. I mean, this is like a nice, I guess, word to summarize all of it, but just accessibility in general.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a very like overarching term, but it's everything from, you know, hey, is your venue ADA compliant? Is your what does parking look like? How easy is it to get in and out? To Rishi's point too, again, like safety. Like having things like seating available, because, you know, it's an all day festival. Like not everybody has the ability to stand for 10 hours a day. So just the idea of accessibility as a whole, I think, is like something that's important to just think about as we're as we're progressing over year.
Makes sense. I'm thinking if you guys need to bounce in a sec, I think I've got one final question for you both, unless Nick has anything else. But Nick, maybe what we do, we let Adam and Rishi go. You and I just reflect a little bit more on our week in Pittsburgh, our amazing week in Pittsburgh. We do that, if that sounds good to everyone.
Cool.
So obviously, Rishi, you mentioned before, you know, the big question is, how do you top Blink? And I'm sure obviously everyone's asking that. But what I want to ask is not how do you top Blink, but and I could probably guess a couple of answers for yourself, but like, what artist do you still want on Four Chord that you'd love to have next year that you haven't had? And that same question I guess we can all answer this question to wrap up this bit with Rishi and Adam, but we'll start with Rishi and we'll go from there.
Yeah, I mean, there's personal choices that I really want. I was talking yesterday on a podcast that I'd love to get Rufio back together to play. I don't think that will ever happen, unfortunately. But that's one that I really love to get. And just to speak to like the what do you do next? And I know you didn't really ask it, but it does pertain. It's like I don't think that you need to continually outdo yourself. I mean, I
was thinking that.
I mean, I'd like to, I don't ever want to, because what the public will say. Oh, they got a band smaller than Blink. Yeah, they're struggling. They're going to shut their doors. It's a similar thing that you want to avoid that kind of discourse. But, I'd love a Paramore. I know that's not going to happen for us next year at the festival, but like a Paramore would be something that would be awesome. We've been talking a lot about doing some adjacent stuff, like, a Turnstile would be awesome at the current moment that they're having. Again, I don't know if that's in the cards. And if you pivot like that, you can go into the Knocked Looses of the world, that I think there is some adjacency to like pop punk and punk rock, particularly for me.
Well, Slam Dunk Books, I mean, I don't think they've announced it, but I think Knocked Loose is heavily rumored to be doing Slam Dunk, for example. And obviously Slam Dunk's a very similar genre-wise festival.
Yeah. I mean, all that makes sense. But, there are personal bands that I've not had, like the Newfound Glories of the world.
Yeah.
It's something I've tried. I just spoke to their agent yesterday, and, I've tried every year for 10 years, and it's either not lined up or there was stuff happening, so a band like that would be great. Good Charlotte's on the festival circuit, that's certainly something I've been thinking about. But for the Rishi of the world, it'd be like Rufio.
Yeah.
It would be Midtown.
Yes.
It would be, maybe album plays of like the Starting Line, or although they have a new record, that probably won't happen.
I was going to say it like you mean it. If it was like an anniversary, but it's like 23 years old now, I think. So I missed that anniversary.
Yeah, 23. So that, I mean, honestly, I want to do stuff that people will like, and then stuff that I like, and hopefully it plays out that way. But
makes sense.
Yeah, and I mean, I'm on that same train in terms of like, you don't always have to outdo yourself or feel the pressure to outdo yourself. Like, you want to make it a memorable experience, and like that's really, that's like what sticks with me. I'm in the boat of Rishi. I really want the Holy Trinity completed of Andrew McMahon, Jack's Mannequin. Jack's Mannequin is like probably the reason, that is one of the reasons I like really got into like this world of music. So like that's always been, everything in Transit's been like a record that's like meant like so much to me. Same with The Glass Passenger, and so like I'm in that same boat of like album plays is just something that. It would just be such a cool thing to see, especially like in this space of like the nostalgia world. But I'm in the same boat. Like a Paramore would be really sick. I still really like even like bring back like a Simple Plan or something like that. Like they were just so much fun. Like I just look at like what are the types of bands that just like I had just a ton of fun seeing, and like Simple Plan was like just such a fun time seeing them. I'm trying to think of who else. I don't know. I know, I'm still such like a sucker for like a Boys Like Girls and stuff like that. That's just like the music that I grew up on. Whether or not people like them or not. But I, just stuff in that more like pop, like the poppier world of like the pop punk is like really like the Adam music of the world.
Yeah.
Bust out your neon colored V-necks, Adam.
My inch thick bracelets.
Yeah.
Say I heard boobies.
Your sidekick.
Yeah.
What about you, Nick? If you could put one band for next year, just one.
I mean, Midtown would be up there. Does it have to be just one?
Oh, go on. Give us some. Yeah, give us a few.
I never saw Midtown.
MXPX.
MXPX messed, but like get the original lineup of Messed back together. Like Matt Lovato, fucking Nick
Jeremiah,
Nick Igler.
Nick Igler. Valencia would be cool.
Valencia would be a good one.
Yeah.
Cartel.
They're doing their 20th Chroma thing, aren't they, next year? So.
They are. Goldfinger, maybe.
Yeah, Goldfinger is always a fun time. Yeah.
Hey, Paul, good show. Yeah.
Demi Lovato.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't object to that, but
Hannah Montana. Or would we going for a Hannah Montana set or what?
Ah.
I just opened up Pandora's box there.
Yeah, I'm thinking. No, I'm just thinking. What about you, Chris?
See, very similar to some one said here. I mean, like the first three Nick said, I would echo that. So what did you say? Midtown, MXPX, Mess, all the M's, definitely. I think Good Charlotte would be a great headliner. One that we keep talking about from back that is kind of like an hour one, Rishi and Nick in particular over it. We'll need to get them back together still.
That would be cool.
Yeah, I feel we could make that happen. I feel like
it's just the lift to get them here, right? It would be difficult just the lift to get them here versus you know. I love them. You know, step outside yourself. So much random. We bonded on that.
Absolutely. But yeah, they'd be the main ones, I think. Well, on that note, we'll let you two get off. Appreciate your time as always, and you know, just another chance to say thank you so much for having us again. We just had. We'll reflect on this a little bit more for the listeners, but we just had the time of our lives this time. And
you guys are, you know, I'm very big, and Adam knows this, and though Reddit doesn't seem to know this, I'm very big on like community and you know, the people that have been part of the festival and part of it for a long time. Our technical director, Dave Bjornson's been around since year one. You know, Tyler's a former student of mine that got started as an intern that became. I feel like wasting time is an integral part of it now, and I hope that you guys. I hope you feel part of the team because we certainly look at you guys as part of the team.
Yeah, I mean, that's kind of what Nick, I suppose, was saying before. That was something that really struck us this year. I think it was like because obviously last year we're meeting everyone for the first time, but it was there was one point when I said to Nick or Greg, I was just like, feels different to last year. I feel like we're part of the family, and that was really special.
You should because you are. So
thank you.
And it was funny too. I mean, even just talking to folks in prep for the festival, like just talking to folks on the marketing end was like, hey, are Chris and Nick coming back this year? It was like it was such like a people like it was just such a cool thing to just just be part of the family. So
that's great to hear.
Thank you. All right, guys. Well, we'll talk to you both soon. And
nice to see you.
Yeah, Nick
you
and
too, guys.
Wrap this thing up.
Likewise.
Cool. I'll talk to you guys soon.
Anyway, so that was great to catch up with our friends there. Nick, let's just kind of wrap this up with anything else you want to share about our week in Pittsburgh. I guess we kind of covered it quite a lot, but
yeah, I mean, it was a crazy week. This time around, obviously, we did stuff on the CBS TV news.
Yep.
Program, whatever they call it over there. So, so our first day in Pittsburgh, we went on this. I don't know what you call it, like a news daily.
Yeah, it's like a daytime news
news
thing,
channel chat show kind of thing.
Yeah.
So we did that, covering the festival. That was a very surreal experience.
Absolutely.
And then we spent some time with Visit Pittsburgh, the tourist board, and they took us around town. And I feel like first year in Pittsburgh, we spent a lot of time trying to find what to do, walking around more than we should have. Whereas we did this whole day with Visit Pittsburgh, saw a bunch of the city that we hadn't seen before, got it all ticked off in one day, had a really nice time with those guys. So it was good to be back and felt, didn't feel like so much of an imposter this year. We felt really part of the family and part of the team, which was lovely.
I think that's the thing that keeps coming up, isn't it? That we just really felt. Yeah, we didn't have that imposter syndrome that we had last year. We just felt, as you say, part of the family.
Really, but we still got lots of content to put out as well. Obviously, you'll hear a bit of the rest of some of the interview highlights in this episode, but there'll be more coming out on social media in terms of kind of video interviews. Some stuff we did around with Smart Punk around some of the artists' favorite records of all time.
That was so fun. Also, we should probably shout out. I did mention Greg being an AFI fan, but we haven't mentioned him on this episode because we should say that our third member Greg was with us for this trip and worked very, very hard. So
he definitely earned his stripes this year. And
oh my god,
yeah. It was definitely an experience and an eye opener for him, I think, as well. And it was hard to kind of because we were our second year in, so there wasn't as much unknowns, but that you could totally like sympathize with his position from where we were last year, going in kind of quite blind to the whole experience, not really knowing what was going to be like. So fair play to him. He did an incredible job. So thank you, Greg. You're a legend.
You are, and we look forward to going there with you next year. So we should just end with the remaining interviews, long form interviews that we did on site. So we're about to play for you. Firstly, we're going to have the chaps from Bowling for Soup. Then that's going to be followed by Patrick, who's the frontman for Drug Church. Then we had John and Adam from Homegrown. Then we had Trevor and Chris from Punchline, local heroes. I also want to say, to echo what Rishi said, I loved their set. And we'll finish with Joey, who's the singer for Koyo, who we caught both at the pre-party and the festival itself, who are a fantastic band. So I think with that said, unless there's anything else you want to add, Nick, we'll roll those away, and we'll catch you on the next episode. What's up? So we are here with Jarrett, Gary, and Rob from Bowling for Soup. Thanks for joining us, guys.
Thanks for having us. This is great. I mean, we got a front row seat for Homegrown right here. We're hanging out with a couple of really hot-looking English dudes. Look at us go.
And we did this virtually a few months ago, so it's great to meet you in person.
Indeed, yes.
Nice. So obviously Four Chord is like, you've got a good history with Four Chord, got a good relationship with Rishi, and I guess tell us a little bit about your connection and your relationship there.
Actually, I'm going to throw that over to Rob. Honestly, it's kind of his relationship that he brought into our band.
Yeah, so I've known Rishi for a very, very long time. Like when our first band started, when he was at Space.
We love you so much. You guys are
I think she was talking to us.
Sorry, buddy. I was getting praised. Rishi and I had met on a podcast. And I can't for the life of me remember which one it was, but I knew that we had friends in common and we had met at shows or whatever, but we got to talking about the Steelers, and he's a Steelers ticket holder from here in Pittsburgh. I'm a Steelers fan from down in Dallas, and so we hit it off, and as he said, he's been talking about this festival since he joined the band in 2017, and we've just watched it grow, and to be here today and to be here on the day that Rishi's dream comes true, to have Blink-182 here on this and to be a part of this, I can't say enough just how thrilled we are.
That's awesome. Obviously, you guys done the whole Warped Tour comeback thing this year. We were here last year and people kind of said this is a bit like Warped Tour coming back. But from your perspective, do you think it's a different vibe to Warped Tour, or how would you compare it?
Yeah, I could definitely see why people would say that it was kind of something similar. It definitely looks... it definitely has that sort of look with all the tents and with everybody, around, and then the alternating stages and stuff. So I could see where you could say that it had a Warped Tour vibe.
I think from our side of things, it's way less of a clusterfuck.
Yeah. He's right. Because with Warped Tour, there's 40 bands. And now at least it's over 2 days. It used to be 40 bands in 1 day. It is a very large undertaking for everybody involved, including the bands. And so this is a bit more relaxed. But I could definitely see how you would say that this had that vibe, though. It's definitely very family friendly. And, it's one of those things where we just keep seeing our pals all over the place.
Bigger every year, but it still has that independent feel to it as well, like that community feel, which is.
Yeah, I would agree
nice.
with that. It definitely doesn't feel, it doesn't feel like we're being, Yeah, and again, I don't say that this as being a bad thing, but a lot of times security is just so tight that it becomes to where it's like, okay, it's not even worth getting out of our tent, This at least has a little bit of a flow to it, but it still feels safe, and it's freaking great.
So, you've got generally a massively busy tour schedule at the moment. Simple Plan Tour, Warped Tour or Bust, is that what they're calling it? You've got Wembley show.
Yeah.
You've got, what else you got going on? You've got a lot going on, right?
So much going on.
How do you make it work as a band, though? What's the sweet spot now? You've been doing it for so long.
We've kind of refocused. I don't know that we're ever not focused, but I know, with me, Gary too. I had several side things going on. Gary had a whole side thing going on, and I think we're sort of, over the last few years have really just sort of like realigned and refocused and recommitted to this.
I think there's also a re-energized about it.
That's a better way to put it, actually. That's what I was looking for, but I haven't had a beer yet. But
I'm here for you.
Thank you, buddy. Yeah, we're sort of like re-energized, and so we're working on a new record. We're gonna record a new album in February. We have a live record coming out that we recorded in Manchester on the Hangover You Don't Deserve tour. That's about there. We have a new single coming out in a few weeks. We have a covers record almost completely done, and then there's the touring. Headlining Wembley for the first time. We have some insane stuff coming up in some other countries that I cannot wait to announce, but I can't today. And so yeah, and including your country, by the way. Our next move. Yeah, people are going to lose it, and I'm so excited about it.
Nice. You always do obviously very well in our country.
Absolutely.
This question is more for Rob and Gary. So last time I spoke to Jarrett, I said, is there a pop punk song by another artist that you wish you'd written? So like twofold question. So that question to you both, but also what do you think he said for his answer?
I think Jared said a Bad Religion song.
Did I say Ocean Avenue?
Did.
Yeah.
And you said a slightly more obscure one as well, but and that you and I were both into.
Did I say Clean Sheets?
You said Every Avenue.
Tell Me I'm a Wreck. Yeah, totally.
Yeah, I was going to go Coolidge.
Coolidge would be, yeah, totally.
So Hangover You Don't Deserve, you mentioned 20th anniversary. How does that feel? Kind of 20 years on now?
I don't know what's crazier, that record's been out 20 years or that our band has been together 31. It all feels like it's been forever, and it feels like it went by really quick, So yeah, I mean, just being able to do that record in a few countries and watching everybody sing along to every song, even the deep cuts, I just can't tell you how cool that was for us. I mean, because we were there were a few of them, and we're like, man, are people even gonna know this song? And they ended up being kind of the bigger ones, and so
18 songs long.
Yeah, 18 songs. It's quite an undertaking, actually, and especially we started doing it right when Chris, was starting to need to kind of cut back on the road before he retired, but he didn't do that tour. So, all of us kind of a little bit extra responsibility to fill up that sound, but man, I'm so glad we did it because it went great.
Have you got a recent release date for it yet?
It's coming up. I do know that. I do not. I should know. Maybe let's put it up on the screen right here.
There you go.
Do we want to do blind ranking or?
Yeah, we can do. Yeah.
Maybe we'll finish with that.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
Okay, so to finish off, we're going to give you 5 Bond for Soup songs. So you're going to try and get you to blind rank them.
Okay.
It's difficult out of screen, but I think we can remember where you put them if we put our heads together. So.
Okay. So what's happening?
So you've got to blind rank 5 Bowling for Soup songs.
Okay.
So you don't know what's coming next.
Got it.
So
Okay.
You just got to kind of vibe it.
The 3, 2, 4, 5, 1.
Oh yeah, that's the real blind ranking right there.
Okay.
Should we give it a bash?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right. Almost is the first one. Where are you putting that in your list? One being top.
I feel safe putting that at number 2.
1985.
That's kind of number 1, right?
Number 1, yeah.
Number 1?
Belgium.
Number 5.
Okay. High School Never Ends.
Well, okay, because we think it's either going to be. Is it going to be Girl of the Bad Guys? What next?
I'm gonna gamble here and say it's probably 4.
I'm with him. 4.
Girl of the Bad Guys.
Number 3. I think we nailed that. We are. Rob, I'm sorry you weren't included in any of that. We freaking nailed that.
Are you be checking out anyone later today?
We went and saw Eternal Boy. Enjoying Homegrown right now. I'm very much looking forward to seeing State Champs.
Yeah.
We wanted to see our boys keep flying, but we just got here a little too late for it.
Got here a little bit late.
I would like to see the band Driveways.
Oh yeah, coming up next.
About them. My brothers are agents, so we'll buy us there.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I knew that. Yeah.
I'm pretty excited about that too. It's definitely one of those bands we keep hearing about.
Yeah,
they're awesome.
They're so
awesome.
good. Also managed by Rishi.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
They're the best guys.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're here with Patrick at Four Chord Festival from the brand Drug Church. How are you doing, buddy?
Doing very well. Thanks for having me.
No worries.
Thank you for being here. So, a few other artists have said to us already, like when we say who you looking forward to seeing this weekend, Drug Church.
You are top of the list for
yeah, you're very popular. But I want to know who are you looking forward to seeing today?
Let's see, today. Jawbreaker's playing today, is that correct?
Yeah, that's right, yeah.
That should be a good time.
Yeah.
There was somebody else playing who's on the same stage as us. Let's just say Jawbreaker, so I'm not going back and forth.
Alkaline have obviously mentioned being big fans of yours in the past. They're on today as well.
They're on today. Oh, then Alkaline Trio always.
Yeah, we did a thing with Atom, like pre-festival thing, and he was just banging on about it. It's like the one band I want to see is Drug Church.
They are. Firstly, they're still excellent. I'll watch them anytime. And secondly, they're very good to us. Really nice guys.
I guess what does the rest of your year look like after Four Chord? Because you've got a pretty busy schedule, a Deftones tour in Europe and the UK. That must be pretty cool to be on that bill, right?
So in the US, we're going to be supporting the band Hot Mulligan on a tour with that also has Arm's Length and Anxious. I guess we're probably the heaviest act on that bill. And then after that, we go to Deftones, where we're probably the softest act on that bill. And then haven't announced it yet, but we have co-headliner plans for the spring. Busy for sure. The Hot Mulligan thing should be really interesting. They have a lot of fans, and their fans really love them. So we'll see. The lot of fans is good. The fact that they love them so much, maybe I have my work cut out for me because maybe they're not interested in what else is playing. I don't know. You know what I mean? We'll see. And Deftones is going to be, it's a captive audience because it's a lot of people, kind of coming into a stadium while you're playing. You're kind of the hot dog band. You know what I mean? People are getting their beers or their hot dogs or whatever. And in that capacity, our job is to win the attention of people that are otherwise chatting and eating hot dogs.
I was going to say, those big arena shows, do you do anything differently for those shows, or do you prepare any differently?
No, I mean, I don't prepare for. Listen, I'm not a good musician or a professional of any type. I don't do anything differently any day of the whole thing.
Do your thing.
Yes, but. There are things that you have to get used to. Doing this tour that we're on right now with Blink-182 and Alkaline Trio. Yeah. The other bands are using in-ear monitors. I don't like them. So we're using. Would you want to hear? If you had my voice, would you want to hear yourself clearly? Probably not. And then
take it over my voice.
No. And then when you're in these huge spaces. The monitors are still rather directional, so if you step outside of their little cone of influence, my already tenuous grasp on my own voice is just out the window. It's nothing to be done. So, but I guess that doesn't answer your question because no, I don't do anything different. I just get annoyed in a different way, really. I guess.
Fair play. Do you prefer trying to win over a more of a pop audience like Blink and Alkaline Trio compared to obviously you mentioned Deftones? I guess because you've got that heavy sound. Do you think it's more of a challenge to win over a Blink audience?
I don't know. The Blink audience has been very good to us so far, but you also don't know what to expect, right? You don't expect people to be losing their minds for you. As long as they're paying attention and clapping, you're pretty happy. Deftones, I don't know what to expect because they've been around a long time. Their fans are very deeply devoted to them. It could be a Slayer situation where their audience is not interested in the openers, but I think more likely, and I hope their audience, their fans probably want, as long as you've got thick guitars, they'll probably go, I'm open. Show me what you got. You know what I mean? I'll hear you out at least. We'll see though. It's one thing I will say about playing rooms as big as those. If we won over 2% of the people in that room, that's a big win. You know what I mean?
That's true. That's a good few hundred people or something, right?
So I'm grateful for the opportunity because how bad could it go? Whatever.
And you guys have got plenty of experiences touring bands. When you've got like a really busy tour schedule like you have are in at the moment and got coming up, what's kind of your secrets to kind of make that work? What's the secret of success? Survival?
I don't know if I have any success. Yeah, survival would be the word. I always hate when bands talk like this because it minimizes the craft and the art and the thing that you love to do, and it minimizes things to a job. But I will say that if you compare what I do for a living versus what a lot of people do for a living, I go to work less than they do. Do you know what I mean? So yes, it's true. When I'm at work, I'm away from my family for a long time. That's all painful. But the average person gets up and goes to work 5 days a week for the full year. I mean, I took a look. We'll play 75 shows this year or something. It's not a lot of work days if you ask me, you know what I mean? So I understand some guys don't travel well and it can be rough on them. I don't like being away from my family, but you got to take things in perspective. What I do is joyful, expressive, and it doesn't ask 300 days a year out of me, you know what I mean? So to answer your question, it's not, being away from family's hard, nothing else. There's guys working in mines, you know what I mean? like there's guys who are gonna, I used to go to a dog park. I lived in Perth, Western Australia, and I'd go to the dog park and there'd be old miners missing fingers. It's very unlikely I'm gonna lose a finger playing music, you know what I mean? It's an easy,
it's an easy thing. Fans, so yeah. What about Pittsburgh itself? You must be through this city a few times.
Oh, yeah.
Just kind of, sorry.
I love Pittsburgh. That's not just guy that has to tour here talk. I spent a summer here when I was a young guy and grew a real love for it. I think it's a beautiful city. I mean, it's ugly. It's got a lot of ugly, the buildings are old and shitty. It's ugly, but the green, people low rate how beautiful it is. You've got green in three directions. It's to me it's a very beautiful city, a very an underrated American city.
I guess what about New York? Obviously New York's got a very rich history.
Overrated American city. Go on, yeah.
Got a rich history in terms of the hardcore scene.
Sure.
Are you still connected to that? Is that still thriving? Is it struggling? What's New York hardcore looking like these days?
If I claim New York hardcore, that would be stolen valor because we're from upstate New York. But I've lived in New York on and off 10 years in my life. I tend to miss. That's not true. I was gonna say I tend to miss the really hot moments for New York hardcore, but that's not true. I've been there when I was there when the whole loft scene was starting to bubble up. I missed a lot of the classic stuff that kind of appeals to me.
Okay, so we are here with Homegrown. Homegrown are back at Four Chord Music Festival.
Yes, we are.
Yeah.
Good to be back.
Yeah, it's been 21 years since we've been back to Pittsburgh, so it's great. Love the
It's
city.
been a minute then.
Yeah, it's been a minute. It's been a million minutes, but yeah, that's what it feels like.
You've had quite a busy summer. We saw you guys at Slam Dunk Festival, obviously Four Chord Music Festival. How does it feel to be able to come back into the scene? These events are still thriving. These independent, things are doing so well, and you can come and be part of them.
I mean, I'd say coming back to festivals and things like that is really nice for us because we're getting to meet a lot of people that we used to see all the time. It's almost like an accelerant to get back in touch and hang out with people. At the last festival out in the UK, it's just
yeah, it's a full-on reunion. We've been on tours with all those bands.
Mm-hmm.
We haven't seen them in 20 years. They're still doing it, and we're hey, we're back. We could do this too. So here
almost
we are.
like a yes. I was like, hey, what's up, guys? yeah, this is cool. The warm reception was really, really like unexpected. It was cool.
I feel like back in the day, you guys were always like popular with other bands. Like they would always cite you as friends. And like when we've interviewed bands over the past like 5-6 years, we say like, who did you enjoy touring with the most? I feel like Homegrown has come up a lot. I remember like Alistair said that. Early November said that thing.
Well, we definitely showed them how to be men. You know. We are the elder pop punk.
We were always the older ones. Yeah.
So we let them know what to do, like what's needed for every show. You know,
how to have fun.
Yeah, well, I remember when you were signed to Drive-Thru, it was like, you weren't a legacy band by then, but you were like so well known, so well, you know, ingrained in the scene. I remember thinking like, oh, Drive-Thru picked up Homegrown. It was different from, you know, the other bands who kind of came up, you know, unknown with Drive-Thru.
Yeah, it's cool. Like honestly, like when Drive-Thru came to us and said they wanted to sign us, I was like, oh, they have a great label. Like Newfound Glory's on there. They actually had Dashboard Confessional. So yes, it was awesome. They definitely like kind of resurged our career back. You know, because we had our first 2 albums, and then that label went under, and we were trying to search for someone, and
that was a fiasco. That was, I mean, just getting stuck within contracts upon contracts, labels merging. That was a season where it was where the bands, if they got caught up in that, it really, I mean, we just had to just tour like crazy just to stay afloat and sort of stay in contact with our fans, because we couldn't do anything. When we finally got released, it was like Drive-Thru was there, and we're like, dude, this is
we had all timing. The songs ready, and we're just like, here we go.
Yeah, it's perfect timing.
I mean, I guess we wanted to talk about you getting back together and getting back on the road again, but let's go back a little bit further, kind of when things ended for you guys. What was that like, kind of when things stopped? Were you ready for that break, or did you really kind of miss it for a period? Like, how did you feel when things kind of ended?
I think we were all like in our own dark place at that moment. You know, we've been playing for like 12 years. And a priority shift, Adam's priority shifted, I was lost, and then I think that was the time when, you know, Adam left, and I was like, oh man, what are we gonna do? I definitely missed it, you know, for a hot minute, and then got into a career, and I was just doing, you know, the corporate life.
What was the career?
I'm in biomedical engineering. So still doing it.
Right.
As a matter of fact, I sent over my bass guitar to him, and he had some technicians help fix my bass just the other day. So they're multi-talented.
Really?
I don't think we're qualified to ask you questions about that, to be fair.
No, that's true. So I think, correct me if I'm wrong, but like the kind of reunion happened, I think was it last year with like Starting Line shows? So when did that conversation kind of turn serious? Like prior to that, when did you kind of have the serious conversation like, I think we might pick this up again and do something with it?
I think we all met together in February at PF Chang's. It's a Chinese restaurant, you know.
In Irvine.
Right.
And like right before then, we started getting offers from like something corporate reaching out to us, and then Starting Line reached out to us, and we're like, hey, maybe we should meet up and see where we are. And we met up, talked for like 3 hours, and decided we should do it.
Nice.
It felt very natural. We'd always kind of been teasing a little bit, but just different seasons of life that we're in. You know, we kind of make jokes, little things, you know, on social media about getting back together, homegrown 22, homegrown 23. It was always sort of percolating under the surface, but when some of those opportunities came through,
the same thing, aren't they, as well, over the last few years?
And then just fill up after all those years, and you know, like things that were hot back then are like, why, you know? Now that we're near our 30s, you know, we've grown up.
Have you guys been like tight all through these years? I mean, did you have kind of breaks from each other, or have you always been like, have you seen a lot of each other over the years, or like what?
I've saw Dan and our old drummer Darren a lot, because we're in a fantasy football league.
Oh, there you go.
So I would see him every single weekend for like that season. Like I would see Adam probably every like few years here and there. But it's like there's no bad blood. We're just like she's got
life goes
kids.
on.
I got 3 kids. I live in a different city. They all kind of live in Orange too. But
where are you based now, Adam?
I'm in Ranch. I'm close. I'm still in like the southern Orange County.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So I guess what's the ambition for Homegrown going forward? So you just taking every day as it comes, or have you got bigger plans? Like what's the Homegrown mindset at the moment?
I mean, to me, I want to continue our legacy. Like, honestly, like, we started in, like, 1994, and it's like, I didn't want to end how we ended in 2005. Like, we definitely still have a lot of music ready to be released. So keep it going, especially for our kids. You know, we want our kids to like look up to us.
Yeah, it is. It's kind of fun season too now without. I don't know, when you're younger, you know, you're always kind of looking wherever you get. I always felt like there's a sense of, oh, we got to get further. You got to take it one step more. Like whenever you thought you arrived or you set your arrival mark.
Yeah.
No matter when you got there, there's always, oh, someone's doing. Oh, okay, we got to push. We got to do this. Like,
yeah.
For me, at least, that sense of urgency isn't there.
Just be a
now
bit more reactive
genuinely
now,
just to
I
hang
guess.
out with the guys, have fun, and I think both of us have a lot of really great music to still offer in this season. Like we've been, you know, we got 8 songs with drums. We just went in the studio, so there's some real work going on right now. Yeah.
When we have time.
Yeah, it's like fit it into all the family schedules.
Yeah, it's kind of nice for it to be like that and not like, you know, like back in the day your life would have been band. And
I mean, I would love to be only band.
Oh, you would?
Then I have to take my child to school
fair enough.
But
when the kids get out of the house, you know, we can hit the road.
Yeah.
So what's the timeline then? Do you think, like at the moment, are we thinking this year, early next year for new music?
Oh, definitely next year.
Yeah, next year I think so. Yeah.
Cool. It's exciting.
Yeah.
Looking back, who's the outside of Homegrown? Who was the best drive-through band?
Oh, I mean, honestly, where do you start, right?
I mean, best for so many different reasons.
Yeah, I mean, RX Band is obviously ultra multi-talented, you know, as musicians and everything. Alistair was always great. Like, they're just great dudes, and you know, same realm of like our music, pop punk.
Great energy. They're great tour mates. Alistair had a really, really good time with them. Great connection.
Starting Line, our bros, like early November.
Census Fail. Those tours. We toured with all of them. Drive-thru is very close.
All good, man. It was like a family. You know?
It really was, yeah.
And they when Drive-thru would sign a new band, like, oh yeah, hey, we'll take you guys on tour with us, you know? Like
Steel Train.
Steel Train.
Mm-hmm. Someone went on to do things.
Oh yeah,
It's just a bit of a big deal now.
Yeah.
What's that?
What's his name?
Jack
Antonoff.
He's like produces like Taylor Swift and Lana Del Rey.
The Bleachers singer.
Yeah, he's the Bleachers.
He was in.
That didn't surprise me.
Yeah, they're very talented. With the guy from the
Fun.
Fun. He was also Fun.
Okay.
Yeah, he's been a big success. You should do these new songs with him.
I think Evan, the bass player, he's like a manager, isn't he? Or
is he? Okay.
Yeah.
Isn't he dating Lana Del Rey? I can't remember. That's just too much. Real life.
And what about today then? Any like bands that you know you've got on your list definitely to catch this weekend? Are you here tomorrow or are you just here today?
We have the flat tomorrow morning. We're going to Newark to play with Set Your Goals and Lights.
Oh, cool.
Who's on the list today then to try and catch?
Gosh, I mean, Blink-182. Have you heard of them?
Yeah.
Oh, they're playing. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Blink-182, obviously Jimmy Eat World. I love Hot Mulligan.
Yeah.
Set Your Goals. I'm excited to see them. Who else? I would love to be here tomorrow.
Oh yeah, who would you check out?
Oh, AFI's playing tomorrow, aren't they? Or
headliners tomorrow.
They're playing tomorrow. Our friends, they didn't say anything. They're actually going to be here today to catch our set. So I'd love to see them. Parker's coming. Yeah.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Shout out, Parker.
Yeah. Who else is playing tomorrow?
Trio, Jawbreaker.
Oh, Jawbreaker.
Oh gosh.
Yeah.
We're chatting to Jawbreaker tomorrow.
Is it Drug Church tomorrow as well?
Drug Church is amazing too. Yeah.
Jawbreaker is a pretty good influence on us. I think.
Yeah, absolutely.
Back in the early days, that had influence on
24
us.
Revenge Therapy was my favorite album.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
incredible.
Sure.
Yeah.
Their bands, man, for sure. So many bands love them.
Cool. And I guess one last question I'll ask you: if the Homegrown discography went missing tomorrow, but you could bring one song back, which one's it going to be?
I like the way you phrased that, man.
Thanks.
Basically,
bring 2 songs. Bring 2 songs back.
2 songs back?
Yeah, 2.
We'll give you 2.
We're gonna augment your rules.
Okay, that's fine.
I would do You're Not Alone, honestly.
Okay, big song for you guys, obviously.
I think it's touched a lot of people, and you know, I've gotten feedback on some stuff that is, you know,
special,
meaningful and significant. Yeah, I was like, I didn't expect that. It was pretty cool.
Nice.
I think Kiss Me Diss Me, because that's been my whole life, just struggling with, you know, females all my life.
Yeah.
I'm still struggling. I'm married. I'm still struggling. You know?
It's real life, people. It's real life.
Yeah, for sure. Cool. Thanks. I think,
Enjoy your set today.
Awesome.
Cool.
What's up? We're here with Trevor and a fellow Chris from Punchline. Thanks for joining us, guys.
Thanks for having us. Yeah, thanks. I'm always glad to be joined by another Chris. More Chris is better, that's what I say.
Likewise.
So guys, Somewhere to Land, the new record has been in the world for what, 3-4 days? 2 days?
2 days, I think.
2 full days. 2 full days.
Talk to us a little bit about, I guess, the process of that record and obviously where it is now and how you're feeling about it now it's in the world.
It was a long process. I'm sure Trevor would agree. Yes. Yep. And I think the reason for that, I'm probably the one exception in the band Punchline, but everybody else in my band, Trevor here, Steve, Corey, Paul, they're all producers themselves. And then we worked with our friends who are producers too. So I feel like there was a lot of, I don't know, we cooked this one for a while and put a lot of, when you give yourself unlimited time to make an album, you could theoretically go on forever.
So when did you actually start it?
5 years ago, bro.
Oh, wow.
5 years ago. That sounds like a long time ago, but we actually started tracking some of the songs. And I kind of think, like, I'm not using this as too big of an excuse, but we did have the whole pandemic in the middle of that, which prevented us from getting in a room together for a while, as a lot of people experienced. Never again will we do it this way. Not saying I don't like the final product. I'm sure you'd agree, Trev.
Yeah, I mean, that is the tough part, and because we are all producers and can record in our home studios, we have leeway to, you know, work on things when it's convenient or, you know, push it off because it's not convenient. So I think that's kind of a blessing and a curse. And to Chris's point, it's really fun when you know, have just nothing to do but, say, 2 weeks of working on a record. It's just, you know, this day and age, it's kind of hard to afford that. So we did it the way we could, and I'm just glad that we pushed through and it's out now, you know?
Yeah, the final product, I was definitely frustrated along the way at how long some things were taking when you allow yourselves unlimited time. So I'm saying, I'm proud of the album. I hope everybody checks it out. I think it's our best record. But from now on, I want to go to a studio, record, and when we leave, we are done recording, not unlimited time, you know?
That's the dream, I mean.
Yeah, right. Perfectionism can be a blessing and a curse, I'm sure.
I'm looking forward, like, so, you know, saying to you last night, Chris, like, because it came out Friday, we were recording this on Sunday. I haven't had a moment to sit down and get into the record, which I'm looking forward to. And this is great to still have Punchline music. So I've been listening to you guys since 01, maybe?
Wow.
And we were just about to say before we came on, like, I wish I'd seen you live more, because I think the only time we've seen you is like Nick and I both saw you in Newcastle, UK, 2008, MXPX, The Get-Go.
Great show. I think you just released 37 Everywhere.
No, that was 2006. That was 06.
Yeah. So he's a man for dates.
Yeah.
I'm good with dates.
Yes, you're a historian. I love that. But I do remember that was called the Good to Go tour.
That's it.
Do you guys know Ed Sellers?
I know Ed.
Yeah.
Ed Woodpad, didn't he?
Yep.
Yeah.
Because we had met Ed Sellers. For anyone who doesn't know Ed Sellers, what's the company that?
Primary Talent.
Yes. Yep. Anyway, at the time, he was on the road when we first met him with Bowling for Soup, doing like merch and stuff, like summer of 2005, I think it was, or 6, one of those. We met him, became real good friends, and then he brought us over there. Now he's gone on to become this enormous promoter. Couldn't be a nicer guy.
You know, I've ran into him a few times. He's always super nice.
Yeah, he booked that tour where we played in Newcastle. And the thing I always remember, we always talk about from that tour, we shared a bus with MXPX. And, you know, we grew up loving MXPX.
Oh, as we did.
Yeah, it's kind of surreal. But one morning we woke up, it was like before the sun had even rose. And they're in the bus, whoever on the bus was like, do you guys want to see Stonehenge? We're like, I guess. It was like everybody's all groggy. And we have this video of us like, hey, we're at Stonehenge with MXPX. just like barely able to comprehend, and we were also very far away from it. And it wasn't that impressive when you're 500 yards away from it.
Some rocks, really.
But yeah, to say that sentence about Stonehenge with MXPX is pretty surreal. There must be a few other surreal moments in the Punchline career history. Like, cause I know you've toured with like Paramore or whatever. But is there any other examples like that jump out to you?
I think, look, not to, steer toward, playing shows like this is always a surreal experience.
Totally, absolutely, yeah.
When there's thousands, anytime you get to play in front of thousands of people and be part of this, giant event that feels, beyond big. I mean, we're a band that's played in punk clubs our whole life, so I never take something like this for granted.
I guess let's maybe talk about that a little bit then. Obviously, you're Pittsburgh natives and played Four Chord, Rishi friends, played Four Chord a few times. What's your connection with this festival? How does it feel to be here and play this festival? What's it mean to you?
I would say that I feel like we tend to say this is when we're playing and first of all, big shout out to Rishi for setting this thing up.
Oh my God!
When I hear what he has to deal with sometimes when putting something like this together, I'm like, better you than me, brother. I respect it. Mad respect to you for putting this together and for putting us on, giving us an awesome time slot, playing on this cool stage. It's just crazy to see it get bigger and bigger every year. And just I know he always wanted to get Blink to play, and we watched Blink play at it last night. It's huge. Blink, whatever you think of Blink, they're literally one of the biggest bands ever. And they played last night, and so it's pretty cool. It's always, for us, I feel like we always tend to say hey, Pittsburgh, we're your band. We're Pittsburghers, so maybe we can get an extra couple bonus points for being from Pittsburgh or something.
I mean, yeah, but being among all these bands is just such an honor. It's so incredible, and we can't thank Rishi enough. And it's just such a lineup, so pretty impressive.
Yeah. I've got one selfish question, because 37 Everywhere is up there as kind of one of my favorite pop punk albums. So
me as well.
You as well. So let's work in. Well, what I wanted to ask you was, what is your favorite song from that record? But let's do favorite song from Somewhere to Land as well.
Okay. All right, Trev, you can go first. 37 Everywhere song.
Okay, 37 Everywhere. I'm gonna go with Fake the Snake. I love that song. I love playing it. I love listening to it, and it's a blast. Yeah.
From that album, for me, it would probably be the opening track, Flashlight, which we're going to play today, spoiler alert, but I don't know, just because it's a darker sort of song, and we have a lot of uplifting, not that it's not uplifting, but more of a minor song, more of a mean, aggressive song.
Yeah, you can get angry during that one. It's okay, it's acceptable,
Yeah, that. And then, as far as our new album, my favorite, once again, I love those opening tracks. The first song on the album is called I Don't Want to Live in This World Anymore. I always liked the song, but what I especially like about it is I feel like a lot of us with the way of the world right now, and just, especially United States. Every day I wake up to something that happened where I'm like, I don't want to live in this world anymore. This is, you know what I mean? It just feels relatable beyond beyond art and music and bands and stuff. It's just a sentiment that I feel and a lot of people feel. So I kind of feel like I relate to that song. So and I like playing it a lot.
That's a good pick. I'm gonna go with Whichever Way the Wind Blows, which is on later on the album, but it just something about it reminds me of No Use for a Name, and I really like that. And it's just one of these ones that came together in a cool way with sort of everybody contributing some cool parts, and it's really it's a fun one.
Okay, we are here with Joey from Koyo. How's it going, buddy?
How's it going, guys? Thank you so much for having me. Appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you for stopping by. We met briefly on Friday where you played the pre-show and we caught your set.
Amazing venue that for a start.
Preserving Rocks. It's goated.
Yeah, had you played there before?
So we played there once with Neck Deep and Drain in 2022.
Okay.
And we had not been back to Pittsburgh since, but with a lot of my previous bands and earlier touring efforts, Preserving used to be like a little basement down the street, literally right down the road, and like my first band played it when it just opened up. Like AJ's who runs the place, like a longtime friend, and like always like looked out for me and all my friends when we were touring when we were younger. So it's like I just have a lot of history with the entity, I guess, and just love and respect it.
Making up for a bit of lost time, I guess, doing Friday night's gig and today's day 2 of Four Chord. I mean, how are you feeling about this weekend at the festival?
Stoked on it. It's been awesome. Like the vibe of the fest is great. Like it's like obviously so very legitimate, like in scope and structure and production, but it's also like a very like laid back atmosphere, which is nice. And I don't say that as like any diss to any other fest. Like, of course it's awesome, but like sometimes fest can be like just a little intense, like a very legit environment. There's a lot of stuff going on. People have to do their jobs. And I think they succeed in doing that here while keeping things like casual and fun and lighthearted. It's cool. It just feels good. It's a good hang.
That's our experience as well, because we do a lot of the UK Fest. You know, do press at a lot of the UK Fest, and like it's just a family thing here, totally. You know, which we feel very much welcomed at.
Yeah. For sure, I admire it for real. It's like it's nice to be a part of.
Yeah, and obviously just before we jumped on the tape, we were discussing the fact that obviously you're playing today, but you were on site yesterday. You're telling me Blink obviously was a big thing, but who else did you check out yesterday?
We got here a little bit late, so like we got here like from State Champs on, basically. Caught them, caught Hot Mulligan, caught Jimmy Eat World, and obviously Blink at the very top, and like it was just insane. Like we were saying before, I saw the 2000. Well, I was 12 years old at the 2009 Blink reunion. So like that was like one of my first like concerts, if you would, and like that was like it's such a legendary thing to me and holds like such a big place in my heart. And then I saw them again in 2011 when they did MCR Alkaline Trio, and then I hadn't seen them since. So it's literally been 14 years since I've seen them, and they are like one of my favorite bands without a doubt. So it was so cool. The set list rocked. The performance was great. It was just very awesome to see. Like heartwarming night for me. It was awesome.
It was amazing. And I guess kind of talking about Koyo a little bit, you've got a crazy tour schedule coming up. You're over in the UK with NFG, Newfound Glory. You've got a headline tour as well coming up.
Brixton, you're playing Brixton.
Yeah, that's a big venue.
So excited. That's going to be so cool. I can't wait. I used to tour with the band Vane full time for a couple years, and I went there once with them when they toured with While She Sleeps before COVID, and it was just like, damn, this place is crazy, like unbelievable room, and now going back and playing it myself is just like insane, totally like nuts.
Are you a big Newfound fan?
Yeah, definitely. That all of us, like that's like many of our like favorite bands and the stuff that like inspired the literal music we're making. Like there's this certain pocket of like 2000s like emo and pop punk stuff that's like directly informed by like punk and hardcore, and Newfound is like a staple in that in my mind. It's just like we all love the band and we're really psyched to play with them.
That's so much fun. I guess with that crazy tour schedule, like what's your kind of secret hacks to like getting through like a long big tour? Like how do you survive a tour? Like how do you make it through?
That is a great question. It's interesting because when I was like younger, I was still touring. I'm not that I'm super up there. I'm 29, but like I started touring full time when I was about like 20. And at that time in my life, it was like I could go out for like 9 months in a row and not even blink, you know, and like it wasn't even a thing. Now, like just being a little older, like I still love doing it, but there's just a little more back home for me. A little more like I like being home. I like routine, and I think when you first start touring, you're kind of psyched that you break away from that. And so you know, like now when we go on tour, it's not that it's hard per se, but it's like it's a disruption of routine. And I think I get through it by collectively developing routine as we go. We just try and stay up on doing the same stuff every day. Every day, wake up and try and find some dope coffee that we're psyched on. Eat a good lunch, like food that we're psyched on. Like we're just very big on like spending that time like that we're not just stuck driving, like actually feeling good about where we're at. And then, you know, the shows obviously carry you through the rest of the day, but just trying to get whatever routine you can, whether it be food, working out, like finding some time in the day to do stuff that like happens with repetition. That's what keeps you going in my mind.
And speaking of routines, like talk to us a little bit about like life at home outside of the band. Like, you kind of, is the band like full time for you, or do you work when you're back home? Like, what's that look like?
Yeah, interestingly enough, like our entire band, almost all of us, like 4 out of 5 of us, are like work from home guys on top of the band. So we all work and tour, and part of our like touring culture is like built around that. That we're like simultaneously 9-to-5ers, and all of our jobs are like, not to get too into the weeds about it, but most of our jobs are all like project based, so it's a lot of emails and calls, not a lot of like data entry, I guess. So it's friendly to touring, but like, yeah, when we're home, like some of us go to an office, some of us are remote, but we're all pretty much 9-to-5 in, and just have like a like pretty rigid back home life, on top of the band.
Cool. And I guess thinking about the rest of the weekend here, is there anyone else you're looking forward to seeing today?
Yeah, I mean, stoked on Jawbreaker, stoked on Alkaline Trio. It's pending if we're going to be here late enough for AFI, because we have a 6 a.m. flight back to New York tomorrow. And that, it's kind of a situation of like, we're screwed no matter what. It's going to be a tough travel day no matter what, because we did that to ourselves. It just becomes the question of like, we stayed an hour away. Can we make all the stars align where it's like, we stick it out, we see the whole show, leave at 11, get there at midnight, pack up, and then basically go straight to the airport. So I guess it's just with no diss to AFI, they're epic, an amazing band. It just comes down to, do we have the mental fortitude to
stick it out?
Yeah, exactly. But it's an awesome day. I think the top to bottom of this day is crazy. It's epic.
Is there anything else in your ears right now? Any newer bands that you're listening to? What's on your playlist right now?
That's a great question. There really is like so much new great music. There's a lot of like stuff happening on Long Island currently that's like, local bands, but it's awesome stuff. There's like bands like Liberate, 10 Years Out, Last Laugh, Deadshot, like Grail, Running Hot. There's all these current Long Island bands that are really awesome that like in our little Long Island world are like killing it, and they're still kind of working their way out of the immediate area. So it's like, obviously shouts out to all the Long Island bands that are happening right now and doing their thing. But yeah, trying to think, there's definitely like a lot of stuff that like, this question is always like, if I look at my Spotify, I'm like, oh yeah, all of that.
It's hard to think off the top of your head.
It is. It's tough because we're out of like CD and record world. Like we're in streaming world, so it's like, I don't know if it's the same for you guys, but I often listen, I feel like, in waves. It's like I'll get into a band, get into a record, and then like, unless Spotify spits it back out at you, you kind of forget for a little bit, which sucks. I honestly hate that.
Cool. Thanks for chatting us, man. Yeah. Enjoy the rest of your day, and we'll see you over in the UK hopefully soon.
Stoked on it. I can't wait, man. Seriously.